Hey there, YouTube fans. How you going, man? Well, we're back on the topic of diabetes. So coming here to Italy and having a lot more activity, I wasn't sure how to adjust my medicines, and I kind of erred on the side of my blood sugars being too high. So today I finally got, and I could only get it from China, a constant glucose monitor. It's the original Freestyle Libre, not 2 or 3, but it's compared to the finger stick method, the blood strips, the glucometer, I'm trying to say. It's only about 1 millimole difference. We use millimole. In Italy and in Australia, we use millimoles per litre, I think it is. But the bad news is I had cornflakes with protein powder and some milk and a coffee. And the bad news is my sugars went from 22 to 25, which is very, very high. It's bad. So I was just taking acarbose, which is known as glucobay. It blocks carbohydrates. It's not enough, especially today on a Sunday, and I'm not walking around. They're just going to sit high like that. And I just read them again, and they're 25. So it was climbing a little bit more, which is really bad. It explains a lot of my symptoms of getting up and peeing all night, and having the sugar cravings and all sorts of stuff, problems with my stomach and whatever. It explains a lot. Now, I couldn't use that Chinese sensor with Abbott Libre's own software. So luckily I asked ChatGPT, and she told me, she told me about Glimp, Glimp. Glimp program, Glimp app doesn't care where the heck you are in the world. So luckily for me, it started working. And as I said, it's about 1 millimole difference, but that can actually mean that it's still accurate, because with the constant glucose monitors, they take the reading from interstitial fluid, not from your blood. So it still could be pretty accurate. So what I'm going to do, I'm still waiting for my healthcare card, the Tessera Sanitaria here in Italy. And I'll just adjust this a little bit. I can't just go and see any old GP here. I actually have to go physically to the hospital. Sorry. So what I'll do, I'll try next week, because if you go on a Sunday now, it's probably busy, I guess. So I might try next week to go on and go into the emergency room or go and see a doctor there, whatever, because I don't have a choice, and see if I can get Jardiance. So Jardiance, I did take 5 milligrams today. Jardiance is amazing. It makes you pee out all of the sugar, but it works overnight. In fact, it works within an hour and a half. So that's a good news. It'll start coming down as long as I don't have juice and soft drink and all sorts of horrible things. So once again, remember, I just did a video the other day about you can't just go to another country and eat and drink whatever you want. You still have to be careful of whatever problems you had in your own country. So I can't come here and have gelato and I don't know, God knows what else, wine and all that every single day, and just have carbs till they're coming out of my ears. And unfortunately here, it's a lot harder to get good meat like we have in Australia, but I'm going to have to try to have a more protein-based diet. So I'll sort it out. I also took 1 spoon, which I think is about 1 gram of D-chiroinositol myo-inositol 40:1 ratio, which is really, really good for improving insulin sensitivity. So I've also taken that, and I normally take it every second day, but lately I've been taking it a bit more often because I'm aware that my blood sugars are too high. So I'm not sure if I mentioned this because you know my memory. Once I get the blood sugars under control, and there's a couple of smoking guns, right? The canaries in the coal mine, was my vision started to improve. Couldn't you imagine? I don't need glasses to see distance anymore. And that actually, unfortunately, is a bad sign. Can you imagine? So my script has changed, and that's the canary in the coal mine. If your script changes, then you know your blood sugars have changed. And in my case, it was pretty clear that they were higher. The other canary in the coal mine is all the stomach upset problems I've had. So high blood sugars, especially if you've had gastric sleeve, mess with your nerves in your stomach. So I've been having all these kind of digestive problems, and that's why I've been having high blood sugars. It's my own fault, but as I said, there was a lot more activity here, so better to be higher than to be too low. Too low would be an issue as well. You can kind of get away with a bit higher, but having it too low, that can be quite dangerous. But if it's really, really high, then you can have diabetic ketoacidosis, and that is dangerous. This is one of those things why I'm a creationist. It's very, very delicate balance within, well, let's say how many teaspoons? 5 fours of 20. I mean, it's about 5 teaspoons of sugar difference in your blood that it needs to be constantly maintained within that range. Probably even less than that. Say 12, so between 4 and 12, what's that? Like 3 teaspoons of, to have it optimal, 3 teaspoons of sugar in your blood, let's say, to keep it optimal. So I'll see if I can keep you updated. I'm not too worried because 22 is high, but it's daytime. That's a good news. So I'm going to be doing something around here. And also now I'm aware, and I can keep a constant eye on it with a constant glucose monitor. I need to probably find a patch and try to stick that down, because they have a habit of getting bumped on a wall or on anything, and then they get knocked off, and then there's your $100. They're $100. They were $100 in Australia. They're $100 from China. There's no discount here unless you get it put on you in the hospital, which I probably should have done actually. But no, now I know that they're high, right? So I could have just done the finger prick, but you have to do that all day and your finger gets really sore. I hate doing that. And the way that I have to control my blood sugars is quite complex with having gastric sleeve and all the rest of it. So, and now having reactive hypoglycemia. So yeah, I need a constant glucose monitor. They make my life so much easier. It's not funny. All right, I hope that helps. I'll try to keep you updated. I'm on it. And I don't really have any symptoms. I'm smart enough to know that you're supposed to drink, so I'm drinking water. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Teach your Sal out. One last thing, sorry, before I go. There was another canary in the coal mine, is I have lost weight. I've lost about 5-6 kilograms, which is about 10-12 pounds, between 10 and 13 pounds or something, within a very short period of time. And I was like, what? My scales must be stuffing up. Like, they don't make any sense. No, it's because of the blood sugar issues. So, all right. Not a healthy way to lose weight, by the way. All right, I'll leave it there. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Teach us out. God bless. Ciao.